All right, here we got our hex tray, which is empty, obviously. You know, regular hex tray that I used last year. And I'm going to show you how to fill it up with some seed starting Miracle Grow stuff. I mean, it's okay, the Miracle Grow stuff, but eventually you have to find a different one. Anyway, I'll show you how much to fill it up and what to do. All right, so essentially what I do is I start from the middle, like a nice tall pile there, and I'm trying to do this with one hand. What I do is I essentially just work my way out to the outer skirts of the tray with my hand, filling up the pods accordingly. So just like that. So you do that all the way around, nice and lightly. So it goes into every cell, I guess they call them. And so you just maneuver that around. This one has a little bit of twigs in it, so I don't like that. And if I find any, I just take them out manually. And so we repeat this so we can fill up the tray. All right, so you do that, then you put some more in the middle, and then you fan it out. Okay, we'll be back in a minute. So now we have the tray ready for seeds to be placed in each cell. And essentially, you just take your seeds, put them on the top, and then we'll go from there. And now your tray is essentially going to look like this. Seeds in each cell. And now some guys actually do 2 seeds and then they snip one off. I don't. Normally I don't have any issues. And if something doesn't germinate, I just drop one in there. They're only a week apart anyway. So next step, I'll show you what I do to get the seed down into the cell. So essentially what I do is I just do a little, I get a pen, believe it or not, and I just do a little circle and I just drop it in there. So do a little circle, drops it in there. Do a little circle, drop it in there. Do a little circle, and so on. Real simple, so you don't mess up your fingers or whatever trying to mush it around. And then I'll show you the next stage. So now they just all the cells look like they have holes in them. So what we want to do is just lightly make a little crater hole spot, because this type of seedling starter, when it starts off, as you can see in the other ones, the water just collects on the top, so it's a little bit challenging and it'll be messy. So I just do a little bit of a pocket, pushing it down just lightly. So when I do put the water in, it won't go all over the place. It'll stay in the cell and it'll, you know, seep down a bit and so forth. Not brain surgery, but just something that I've figured out over doing this a couple of years. See? So that's what I do. I'll be back with the next stage. So now that all the cells are concaved, believe it or not, I'm going to use my trusty, bottle here, water bottle, and I slowly just drip into the cells a bit of water. And then it takes about, I don't know, I'd say sometimes 10-15 minutes for the water to go and settle. I'd say around 10-15 minutes to be safe. But I mean, you just have to just come back to it if you need to do anything. And it doesn't need a lot of water. That's why I can do it this way. Don't have to make a mess. And see, if there was more starter soil in the cells, then it would be overflowing. And I don't want that, because then it'll make a mess. So now they just look like pools, as you can see. See, they're jiggling. but then they're all contained in their cells. So from here, we'll just come back 10-15 minutes, and they should look like, essentially, you know, mush. Like those ones. So I see some of them are still, so it takes time. And then I just give it another dose of water, and then I put a lid on it. And then they would look like this. And these have been for about 4 days now, 3.5 days. So nothing's happening as of yet because they take about 6, 7, 8 days to germinate, depending on the tomato. All right, guys. Well, that's essentially it. How to start tomato seedlings from seeds. Take care.